This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, LightBlindedFool, Deyvis, Ferreira, and Kristen Gilreath. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Bamf Zip Zap to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 33 and 34 of Winter's Heart.
Yeah, chapter 33 is Blue Carp Street, and chapter 34 is The Hummingbird's Secret. Ooh, yep. Things happen. Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, I love these chapters. It's like, they're solid, they're fun.
Some pretty preventable things.
Yeah, and like,
happen.
there's a lot.
But did we expect anything less from Rand?
I mean,
Except to walk blindly into a trap he knows is a trap, but knows nothing about.
And then says, hey, don't worry, I'm not going to spring the trap until I totally understand it.
Yeah.
And they just like, fuck it, let's go.
And then he just goes.
And Land's here, too, and he's like, yeah, let's do this.
Well...
It's all very questionable.
Well, Land, we
Nynaeve's
know has a little bit of a death wish, so like...
Well, like, Nynaeve's there, and she's not playing any defense here, and...
I don't even really know.
Oh, man, there's things to talk about.
Yeah, we just did. The end.
Yeah, okay.
Have a good night.
Hey, go finish the book. But that's the other thing. After this, you can finish the book.
I feel like it went by very quickly.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
You know what? Winter's Heart's great.
Yeah.
And the cover of the book...
I do like it. I feel like... Well, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
I still have a whole chapter, so I'm not going to say... that could change my entire feelings.
Sure.
Of the whole book.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of funny, but like the cover of Winter's Heart is all about Perrin and the snow.
And Fail,
we haven't really heard much about them since the beginning.
Not Fail.
No, that's like a Nora. We talked about this at the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's an Aes Sedai on the horse. But anyways, I know you're looking. So we haven't really seen them for a long, long time now.
Well, they started us off, though.
They did.
They were like our intro.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But here we are. Rand and Lan and Nynaeve. It's great.
It's me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Let's go with great.
Okay. So, since it's the second last episode, that means we're going to talk about book stats.
Yeah. And this time I didn't record a single thing, and I am utterly unprepared.
Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting then. So
I didn't even pay attention to a lot of the chapter symbols. That's for next time, right?
Well, actually, we're going to switch it. We're going to do chapter icons this time because today. This is all about chapter icons.
Okay.
It's a breakdown.
Okay, because I was going to say.
I didn't want to do perspectives until after you talk about, next chapter, just in case. So.
Ooh, yeah, actually, good thinking.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, this book was the first time that I read some of these chapters solely on audiobook.
Okay.
Or listened on audiobook.
Yeah.
So there were some chapter symbols I didn't even really know were chapter symbols until I sat down to do the notes.
Yeah.
And then just wrote them down.
Okay.
But didn't really take note of them.
Well, that's an oversight on the audiobooks then for sure.
Yeah.
Needs to get plugged.
Yeah.
What am I dealing with here this chapter?
I know.
Okay. Now,
but anyways, I think I'm going to be off with these guesses.
Well, this is actually an interesting one because there's a weird distribution of chapter symbols I find for this book.
Okay.
So we do have a first place winner for the most occurrences in Winter's Heart. So take a guess, start us off.
This snuck up so fast. I honestly am surprised.
Well, 35 chapters and a prologue.
I can't believe already we're at chapter 34. Okay.
Yeah, very quick.
5 dice? For Matt? There's lots of Matt. Okay.
No, I'll give you a hint. It's one of the two that come up most frequently.
Oh, is it the wheel and snake?
Yeah, it's the wheel and snake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's boring. I didn't want to pick that.
Well, basically, almost every single book is the number one. Yeah. Or the Flame of Tar-Valon, and they flip-flop.
Yes, that's true.
But this book, Wheel and Snake, showed up 5 times. Now, the next interesting thing about the distribution is there's a 3-way tie for second place.
Is it Perrin, Rand, and Matt?
No.
That would be cool.
Bad. You're doing bad.
I'm just saying the things I want it to be more than what I actually think.
So it's not that at all.
Okay, is it Matt? 5 dice?
It's the 5 dice, that's correct. Okay. So that came in at 3 occurrences. So we've got 2 others that only had 3 occurrences, but that's number 2. tied for second.
Okay. I'm going to go Camelin Lion.
No.
Not 3. Okay.
Nope.
Wolf?
Nope.
Okay. Huh. Was it the Flame of Tarvalon?
It was.
Okay.
So we got the 5 dice, the Flame of Tarvalon, and last, with 3 occurrences, you're probably never going to get this one.
Never. Okay, hold on. Don't be negative.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get this one.
Yeah, we can plug the SpongeBob like 3 hours later.
Yeah, I know. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, how long were we thinking here? Okay.
I don't know.
It's the Adam.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, it came in 3
Oh,
times.
duh. I
Holy
bet everyone
moly.
is just like screaming at me.
No, probably not.
Through their phone. They all know.
Now, the last interesting thing about the distribution for the chapter icons is there is a 7-way tie
Okay.
for 3rd place.
Okay.
Coming in at 2 occurrences.
Okay, I know Farmatting has 2.
Yeah, the hand and sword.
I remember specifically that happened twice.
That's right. Hand and sword.
Okay.
You've listed a bunch of them that had 2 occurrences.
I assume. Okay. Camelin Lion.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Yep.
Dragon.
Yep. There's a bit of hesitation here. So
Yeah.
the Shanshan helmet
Oh,
came up twice.
Sure. Okay, I could have guessed that one.
Not very frequent, but it's only 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the Forsnaken.
Oh, twice.
Yeah. And then we had another new icon, the Falcon.
Oh,
Yeah.
for the Fail chapters at the
Exactly.
beginning.
So this is also interesting because this book had 3 new icons.
Ooh, I know what one of them is.
Well, you know what 2 of them are.
Well, the Falcon.
The Falcon.
And then also the Baal Damin and...
Yeah, which was...
Well, no, it's Iggy added. It's like her sigil or
exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
The sword and anchor.
Sword and anchor.
And then the Farmatting.
And the format.
Hand and sword.
Okay.
And that's interesting because we haven't had a new symbol since Lord of Chaos when the Forsnaken got introduced.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we went book 7 and 8 with no new chapter symbols.
Okay, and we must have dropped a few that typically show up.
Yeah, we didn't see any Dragon's Fangs, which was the one big one, because when you're looking at the most popular, across the entire series, we have Wheel and Snake coming in at number 1 with 50 occurrences so far, Flame of Tarvalon at 47, the 5 Dice at 27, so Matt takes 3rd place on most popular. Then we have the Dragon at 26, the Wolf at 25, and then the Dragon's Fang dropped down at 23, because it didn't show up.
All right.
There you go. Those are the chapter icons.
That was fun.
Let's do it.
That was fun. I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Let's get into this excellent adventure.
Ooh, it is an excellent adventure. You're right. Well, no. It's an execution, Brett.
Right.
It's not an excellent adventure.
Mm-hmm. Well, depends on whose side you're on here.
And no one got executed.
Well, that's not true. That's not necessarily true. A few people died.
Rand didn't execute anybody.
That's true.
Rand was going in. Executioner.
Lan executed somebody.
Yeah.
We got to talk.
Yeah, I did.
Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this.
forgot.
Start me off here. Let's go.
Okay, well, last time we were here, Matt and that whole crew had a very elaborate plan to rescue some Damani and escape Abu Dar. A bunch of people showed up messing up the plan, and it seems like it's still a go, but we are left on quite the cliffhanger, and we did not jump back to Matt, and I am feeling like we're not going to again in one chapter, and I confirmed with you we have no epilogue.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Nothing. So we'll see.
You know something else I noted in this book overall?
What? No.
Egwene ended the last book
Yeah?
in the same place she ends this book.
Yeah. Yep.
So that
You're
was
right.
an interesting time jump for her at the end of last book.
So here's the thing.
then-
I've tried to warn you since we started. The timeline is getting compressed here.
But it's almost like...
Book 7 took like a week, 10 days or
I
something.
know. And we got really nothing else with Egwene and her situation.
Compressed timeline.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So maybe that'll be talked about.
Yeah. I was going to say, last battle's looking a lot closer.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see. We'll see how things
so
go.
that's funny. Okay, now we also last time left Rand in Farmatting. He's still there searching for Dark Friend Ashaman, and he is also planning to talk to Cadsuane later. But first, we gotta go deal with this note that he got.
Yep.
about how some of the Ashermen are staying on Blue Carp Street, and it's very clearly a trap.
It's totally not a trap. It's just friendly advice of this is where they're staying. Go kill them and then leave in peace.
Get out. It wasn't that friendly, actually.
Yeah. We don't want you here.
It did say, I wish you well, or something like that.
It did. It's an interesting note.
Yeah.
Rand has some thoughts about who wrote it. Mm-hmm. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Mm-hmm. But we'll get to it.
Okay. I have some thoughts.
Okay. Let's talk about it when Rand thinks about it.
Okay. Chapter 33 is called Blue Carp Street, and the chapter symbol is the dagger, which must have only appeared once.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great opening, because you're like, okay, Pat.
Yeah, I know, exactly, like right away. And that was one of the things I did say. Mm-hmm. You're like, who sent the note? And I was like, I don't know, Pat and Fain.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
You were waiting for an ambush by him, and
I did say that too.
Did,
I was like, I'm surprised Pat and Fain.
Where is he?
Hasn't attacked Rand yet.
It's crazy.
And then I summoned him.
Here we go. Did you say his name 3 times?
So scary. Okay, so we entered a Min perspective. Min is sitting on the bed, and she is not happy because Rand is in the middle of inspecting the cuts he's made in the peace bond on his sword.
Yeah.
Which I'm not thrilled about.
Okay.
He went in super confidently last time.
Yes. Yep.
But was he also thinking that they weren't going to
cut
their sword? Like, he thought it was going to be hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, if you recall, when he was going down the alley, he had way too many thoughts about, they don't even know I'm here.
Yeah.
And he was really overconfident.
Yeah.
In kind of a crazy way. Rand is a little bit crazy. I don't know if you've picked this up in the last 9 books, but he is not doing so hot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what does this mean for Rand? So he has his peace bonds cut.
Yeah.
Does that mean that he, can't leave the city now with his sword? Like, how does it...
Yeah, so he's supposed to get it inspected at the gates when they leave.
Yeah.
And then if the peace bond is cut, then they're going to hold you in prison until they see if any crimes were done, and you're still going to basically get a beating, probably, I think is how it was described.
Uh-huh. So, what is even the thought process here?
At this point, who the hell knows? For Rand, again, we don't really know what Rand's plan is. It's more of one of those things where he's like, okay, I'll deal with it.
You know what I was thinking, maybe?
We'll figure it out later.
You know what I was thinking, maybe?
What?
That because they know Nynaeve can channel inside Farmatting, that maybe she would either fix it or gateway.
Yeah.
Gateway out of here.
Maybe. We don't know how much power that takes. We don't really have a good reference.
No, we don't have that. But that was just something I was
It's a good thought.
Maybe they thought of that, because that's what I was like, how are they going to get out of here now that he's cut that?
Yeah.
And there's clearly violence done. There's a bunch of violence that's about to happen.
For sure.
So.
Mm-hmm. Those are all good thoughts.
Rand has no good thoughts.
You've thought more about this than I think Rand has.
Yeah. And Lan. And
Nynaeve, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Anyway, Min has thought lots about this, and she's mad.
Yeah.
She says, you admit this has to be a trap. Lan admits it. What are we doing, idiot?
Well, I told you last episode, it's not a trap if you know it's a trap.
That's what Rand says.
The trapper becomes a trappee or something.
A trap isn't a trap if you know it's a trap. And it's like, well, nope, that's terrible logic.
Yeah.
Because you can understand that a trap exists, but have no idea what the parameters are.
Especially since Nynaeve has literally been through this before.
Yeah, you don't know who said it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
He thinks he knows that it was Gedwin and Torval.
Yeah.
He thinks that, but you don't actually know.
Doesn't
it could
make
be
any
a
sense.
Forsaken at this point. It could be a Lida. It could be anybody.
Yeah, and this is where Min's trying to paint some logic and hey, they could have other people here, and Rand's like, there's no way there's
mercenaries lined up, and Rand's like,
not here.
No,
it's crazy.
Don't worry, I also don't want to get killed.
And the worst part is this is where Rand reassures her too. He's like, I'm not even gonna set off the trap. I'm not gonna get close to it unless I for sure know what's going on.
Yeah.
She's like, no, man.
Well, to be fair, he does eat a delicious meat pie.
He does.
And find out some information about a bootmaker.
Which is the tastiest meat pie I think he's ever had.
Yeah.
The juice is dripping down his it's described pretty tasty.
He's pretty hungry.
He's like, hey, I haven't eaten for maybe...
Yeah. The tastiest meat pie I ever had.
People come from all around to eat this. Yeah.
Meat pockets.
Yeah, meat pockets. Empanadas.
Empanadas, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, Min has a solution to this. She throws a knife at the door again, and then she pulls out the strap that the innkeeper keeps in all the rooms, so the wives can beat their husbands.
Oh, jeez.
But don't worry. Don't worry.
Just customary.
Yeah, it's not Cadsuane who's going to walk in this time. It's going to be Nynaeve, Lan, and Olivia.
Yes.
So there we go.
So Lan is all dressed and ready to go too, and Nynaeve has taken off all her jewelry except for one bracelet and the belt well.
Yeah, the well that she has, that's the belt.
Right.
And at this point, we don't know what the other jewelry is that she has.
We find out later it's like force field or something weird.
Yeah, magic armor.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
If it works the way she thinks it works, it sounds pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, Min tells Nynaeve that she doesn't understand why Nynaeve is letting Lan go along with this plan, and Nynaeve does her, like, Aes Sedai answer, and is like, a sister has to trust her warder's judgment, but I think Nynaeve just likes that she's included in the plan.
Yeah, I mean, she does a little bit at this point, and she doesn't really fully understand what she's getting involved in until she's there, and that's part of the issue. I feel like there might be a few things going on, because she's also, again, thrown off by Olivia and that relationship, and Cadsuane and that relationship. Like, it's odd that she is going along with this.
Yeah, I think that the whole idea that she's included and gets to be part of it really changes how she looks at it, because she really does believe here that she can protect Lan and Rand.
Yeah,
she does believe that. So maybe she thinks, okay, they're gonna do this stupid thing probably anyway, so if I'm there, I can channel if I need to. I have the well, I have this armor, so I'm protected.
Yeah.
So maybe she just, like, thinks that she's actually going as protection.
Which would be a good thing. Bring the person who can channel. Bring her along.
Well,
Bring her
that's what I was thinking, too.
Yeah.
Although, right away, I was like, how are we going to channel and get away with it? Because there's a giant freaking compass radar.
It's called the Guardian, people. Hello.
It, like, literally goes off as soon as someone channels.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, they weren't there for the explanation of how it works. Like, they didn't get the full explanation.
Was that Cadsuane's perspective?
Like, that was Cadsuane and Varen and the Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
So, like, true. Rand might not necessarily know all that stuff either.
Yeah, for sure, Rand doesn't.
Yeah, like, he knows he can't channel, but there's a couple of question marks.
And Nynaeve obviously doesn't quite understand it either.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I think that Min should have done her little clapback here. Which
Min is annoyed.
Well, she was going to say, like, oh, he's not your warder.
He's your husband.
And he's not her warder.
Yeah.
He's still bonded to Morale.
Yeah,
which is, at some point we want that to switch, but...
But then Lan tells Rand, if we're going to do this, it's time to go. And Rand says, we'll be back soon, and then we'll go see Cadsuane. Don't worry, Min.
Plenty of time.
Yeah. And then it turns out Nynaeve is also going on the mission, and she says she'll look after them.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think she's going along, is she thinks she's protecting them.
Yeah, for sure. I also like the little side note here that Lan still calls Rand sheepherder. She's like, hey, he calls him that. So
Yeah, that's cute. So Rand, Lan, and Nynaeve leave, and then Olivia is left here to watch Min to make sure she doesn't do anything foolish.
Literally babysit.
And I was like, who's actually being foolish right now? Everybody?
Yeah.
Running off to...
Well, that's why Olivia changes her tune immediately.
Yeah. But Min and Olivia are alone, and Min thinks about how Rand might be fine with the weird Olivia situation, but she wants to get to know her more since Olivia is kind of super weird.
Which is fair, because Damani at like 14, and then 400 years as a Damani, and now you're here. So, like, I kind of understand why she has the attachment to children's games. She's got some weird, like, she doesn't understand a lot of stuff. We get a little side note where they have a conversation about men.
Yes.
Which clearly she has, like, no experience in, and has never had a conversation about, probably, because you're Damani in Shanshin for 400 years.
Yeah.
So I get the quirks, but Min's not totally, I guess, set on her
I know.
yet.
I actually forgot that she's like 400.
Yeah.
Like, I remembered
like
that she was strong.
over 400 years old.
And I remember Varen being like, oh, she's too old to be a novice. And I was like, oh, I guess she's a bit older. Because I forgot.
She's more than...
400 years old.
More than 100 years older than Cadsuane, who's like the oldest and strongest. And now there's Olivia, who's just like...
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Min goes to grab her cloak and heads for the door.
Yeah.
And Olivia blocks her off and is like, this isn't happening. And then Min's like, I'm just going to go find Cadsuane. And then Olivia's like, all right, I'll go with you.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Min immediately knows, like, this is a bad plan. Mm-hmm. So Min basically saves the day here. We got to give her points.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cadsuane would find out what happened at some point, but way too late.
Yes.
To do anything and do what she does.
So at this point, we can be quick moving.
Yes. Like, 100% Cadsuane is on top of this, like, right from the get-go.
Yeah.
To drag Nynaeve away.
Yeah.
So
we need help.
We do.
We need help. Remember at the beginning when I was like, maybe we should be asking the competent adults for more help.
Maybe.
We should be telling Moraine when we have spooky, forsaken dreams.
I prefer to keep it to yourself.
Yes. Well, I have my wine glass called Team Tell Moraine.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought I would be Tell
Team
Cadsuane?
Tell Cadsuane. Yeah. Well, we trust her. Varen trusts her. We can trust her.
Well, I don't trust Varen, though.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, everybody knows. I don't trust Varen.
You flip-flop. You like it. You liked it when Varen was, like, trusting Cadsuane, so.
I kind of wanted Varen to poison Cadsuane. I thought that would have been interesting.
Yeah, but that's different than trusting.
Okay. Well, we're about to perspective jump.
Yep.
Right into Rand's perspective.
Yeah, and we chatted a little bit. Apparently,
about meat pies.
We both have impromptu fun facts about possibly meat pies.
Uh-huh.
I don't want you. I hope they're not the same.
Mine's not that. It's not like a fun fact.
Oh, mine's a fun fact. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get to it then. Let's get to the tasty meat pies.
Okay. So Rand, Lan, and Nynaeve are on Blue Carp Street, and they're scoping out the area. And they're just outside this building where the bootmaker is that Torval and Gedwin are supposed to be renting.
Renting the room above the bootmaker, whatever. So, yeah.
And Rand is in the middle of asking questions about the bootmaker to a man who's selling tasty hot meat pies.
Yeah.
And then Luce Theron starts mumbling about meat pies called pasties.
Yeah, so this is my fun fact.
Oh.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Pasties?
Pasties are a real thing.
Yeah. Well, in Harry Potter, they eat pumpkin pasties.
Oh, okay.
Is that pie?
Well, okay.
I never knew what a pumpkin pasty was.
Yeah, a pasty is a meat pie.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Here's the impromptu fun fact. A pasty is a British baked pastry.
Ah.
A traditional variety of which is particularly associated with Cornwall, southwest England, but has spread all over the British Isles. So it's literally like a meat pastry.
Okay.
Called a pasty.
Okay.
So LTT
grew
up.
Which makes sense because Harry Potter takes place in the UK.
That makes sense. Pasties a real thing. It's one of those things that...
And now we have to take shots, which
absolutely.
we'll do, but
there's more to my impromptu fun fact, though.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's the thing. Back in 2016, there was controversy.
No.
Yeah, there was. At the British Pie Awards.
Oh.
Because a pasty won the British Pie Awards.
But it's a hand pie.
Right?
That's different.
Here's the thing. That was the headline, and I did not start the 1 month free trial, which would turn into a £14 per month.
No, because you would completely forget to cancel it.
So I didn't actually read the article, but that was the headline. That big controversy because a friggin' pasty won the British Pie Awards.
The people are very disappointed.
Yeah.
That I'm never going to find out.
No.
What happened.
No, never. Well, they won, so I think a lot of people maybe were outraged.
And
I haven't heard of any more British Pie Awards after 2016, so I assume that it was
shut
canceled.
down.
It was shut down.
It got shut down.
Due to controversy.
Okay.
I have to imagine.
All right. Well, what I had to talk about isn't as interesting as that. It's just the time that I had a delicious meat pie.
I like that too.
It was in Calgary, Alberta.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
At Cabin Brewing Company.
Okay.
And they're pretty well known for their meat pies.
Yeah.
New Zealand and Australian style meat pies because they have the best pastries apparently.
Yeah, that's
like the best pastry to make the meat pies with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that where we live,
we don't eat meat pies.
Well, we have like chicken pot pies.
Yeah, but like is that a pasty? Is that the same thing?
No.
It's not what it is.
That's not the same thing.
And here's the thing. Like growing like in Wheel of Time, meat pies come up pretty frequently.
Yeah, because the one I got was like an individual pie.
Little handheld. And that's what these seem to be.
Pie.
Yeah. And me reading Wheel of Time as like a kid have no context for what a meat pie was.
No.
So they never sounded very good, but it's just like...
Ooh.
But now...
When season 2 comes out...
Meat pies. Okay, do it.
We're gonna...
Do it.
I'm gonna need some new Wheel of Time foods to eat
one.
while we watch...
Tasty meat pie.
When season 2 whenever it comes out.
All right, go get the shots.
Okay.
For the Harry Potter.
Yeah, we said, right?
Yep.
If it comes up,
we'll do the shots.
Yeah,
there you go.
There it is. Okay, so this is timely because a couple weeks ago we got some new shot glasses.
Yeah, we did.
Sent to us, and I was like, oh man, should we wait until next episode or like last Winter's Heart episode or whatever? And then it was just like, well, if it comes up, it comes up, and it did.
Yeah.
What was I supposed to do? Not mention pumpkin pasties?
Well, I was going to say a pasty is like one of those Britishisms that I always thought was just like a made-up thing in magical Harry Potter world.
I agree, actually.
Like the schoolhouses and such.
Mm-hmm. No, pasties.
Turns out it's a real thing.
Real.
Okay.
Okay, so these shot glasses are from Debbie and Gabrielle, 2 of our lovely patrons.
Yeah.
Now, Debbie has already sent us the Harlem...
Yeah, with like 2 A's.
Like near Amsterdam shot glasses.
Yeah.
And so now these shot glasses are from a holiday that she took to a Greek island.
The Greek island of Kos.
Mm-hmm, that Gabrielle had lived on.
Yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing that too correctly. Kos.
I think so. Possibly.
I tried to Google it, but
so isn't that just amazing?
Yours is really cool. Yeah.
Yep. Cool shot glasses.
Yeah, you have the entire island.
Yep.
And then I have the little Hippocrates statue with the Greek flag on the other side. And it's like a little see-through window.
Love it. I love it so much. Very thoughtful, very generous. Sent from across the world.
Yes, all the way.
Amazing. So thank you.
Cheers to the pasties.
Yeah. That's worse than I remember. That's the bubble gum.
That's getting... Yeah, it's very old now.
Oh,
it's been sitting there for a while.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay, everybody. Relax. I'll be okay.
All right.
You know who won't be okay, though? A lot of people here. So.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's my segue. Did you like that?
No, it was medium. It wasn't that great.
Okay.
Anyways, turns out the bootmaker...
Yeah.
Not the suspicious type.
Yeah.
Because they rent out the top floor, but then there's this whole thing about...
Whatever, who cares?
They lock the door at night.
I don't care about their backstory even remotely.
No, so the kids are grown up and moved out and married, and then Rand thinks, oh, it's okay to be locked out at night because you can totally just like hop across a couple of roofs and
sneak out if
there
you
you go.
need to.
Easy peasy.
Doesn't matter.
That's
fine. Nobody
fine.
Cares.
Like, it would be inconvenient for regular folk, but these are renegade Asherman. It's fine.
Okay. So Rand sort of wanders off. And he thinks that he would like another meat pie because he's quite hungry, but doesn't go back for another one. He can't just stand around eating meat pies all day.
Yeah, I guess not. He has a job to do. So, while Rand is standing there, he sees 2 men walking by with their faces in their hoods. Yeah, like covering their faces.
And they move towards the shop. And the wind blows one of their hoods, to reveal the face of Gedwyn.
Yeah.
And also to reveal the bottom of their swords. Men walking around with swords around here.
Right. Sketchy. Well, it's very like Taviran for Bran to be in the right spot, and then the wind blows down the hood of the guy he's looking for, and then he figures out that the other guy must be Torval.
And has a funny clip in his hair.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little poetic that he had, like, it's almost like a ruby. It has a red gem in the clip in his hair.
Okay.
And then he's obviously killed by the ruby dagger.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably no real connection.
I mean, maybe. We really go into the whole, like, projecting the dead thing, too.
Oh, which...
We gotta talk about...
Holy mackerel. Yeah. My brain did not understand, and I thought they weren't dead.
Yeah,
And I thought the 2 other people...
They were different bodies.
They were different people, and there was actually Torval and Gedwyn coming up.
Yeah.
And ran after...
Yeah,
Fain
it's a confusing scene.
Like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get there.
Okay.
We're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Rand is heading back to Lana and Nynaeve, who've been asking a few people if they recognize Gedwyn and Torval, and Nynaeve has just been, like, buying a bunch of garbage.
Yes. Yeah. Souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
For, the trip here.
Yeah, some keychains and other crap.
Yeah, shot glasses, things of that nature.
Yeah, so that she can, like, stand in the street without looking suspicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've also been asking a few people, and turns out people have recognized Gedwin and Torval in this area.
Yeah, they've for sure been here. Like, that part isn't fake.
No. So, Rand comes up with a super fantastic genius plan.
Oh, it's really good.
For Nynaeve to channel in the middle of the place.
Where you're not allowed to channel.
That you're not allowed to channel.
Yeah, with the big friggin' arrows that are like, people are channeling this way. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
In hindsight, it makes a lot more sense as a terrible plan.
It matters when you know more things.
Sure, that's true.
They're going in pretty blind here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's a lot of bad planning for a lot of people.
Okay, so the plan is for Nynaeve to use weaves of air to lift Rand and Lan up to the rooftop.
Yep.
So that they don't have to do the thing where they have to, like, jump up and scale it themselves.
They don't have to climb up there. She can just, like, put them up there so they can sneak through the attic.
And she's like, well, I do like being part of the plan.
Yeah.
However, I thought I was going to be in there with you.
Yeah. So here's the other half of that conversation, because initially Nynaeve liked being involved.
Yeah.
But then at some point on this trip, it's dawned on her that this is an execution where Lan and Rand are planning to literally go in and kill Gedwin and Torval, hopefully before they even know that they're there.
Yeah.
And so Rand says to her, and like, what are you going to do if you come with us? What are you going to do? Like, use the power to kill them? Or are you going to hold them so we can kill them? And he's kind of implying, like, she's not going to. Because when he says that, it's like, yeah, Nynaeve, go with them and just, like, murder them. Yeah. That would be super helpful, actually. Yeah, hold them in air so Rand and Lan can stab them in the face. Yeah. That would be helpful. But then
maybe not the face. But yeah.
Well, I mean, stab them somewhere where it's going to kill.
It's a little gruesome, Brett, but that's okay.
Sure, in the neck, whatever. The heart. I don't know what you want from me here. If you're going to go murder them, then do it.
Yeah.
But
and then
Nynaeve,
she's like, oh, this isn't really an adventure.
Nynaeve's not really the killing sort.
Mm-hmm. That part's hard for her, I guess.
And it's not as hard for Lan and Rand.
Yeah, but this is where we learn that she can do it, but it'll have to be one at a time, and she'll use more than half of the well that she has, so she won't be able to get them back down again.
Yeah, if you remember, lifting stuff takes a lot of the power.
Yeah, so Rand's like, don't worry, we'll leave by rooftops. And then that is where Nynaeve is like, I thought I was going with you. And then she explains that the bracelet can cover her with armor better than any steel.
Yeah, it's like literally like a little suit of armor.
Yeah.
Terangriel.
That's great. That's a cool one.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very useful one.
Yeah.
Give that, like, I don't know, does it need Sidar to activate? Give that one to Rand.
Yeah.
Be like, hey man, here's an invincibility shield.
But maybe I would say yes. I would say there's very specific male and female ones. I'm surprised you said that. Well, I was going to say that, and I thought you were going to call me stupid.
And we tested that. We haven't seen any testing on that.
Well, we're in far. I guess we could have gone out.
We're being selfish with the triangle here.
No, we can't go out because we have our peace bonds that are cut.
That's true. We can't do that. Well, we can't go out with our swords.
Oh!
We go without our swords.
We just leave our swords
at the inn, be like, I'm going to go around the countryside for a minute, and you could probably do that.
And they're not going to be like, hold on.
We don't know.
You had a sword we peace bonded?
Yeah, well, we don't know what the exit strategy here is either, but if you didn't have a sword on you at the moment, we don't exactly know. You could leave by another gate. I don't know. There's options here.
No, their names and the fact that they were peace bonded are on a sheet passed to every gate.
No, I get that.
Nope, you can't, nope. No. I think that this is going to be a problem.
All right.
Unless we're gatewaying out of here somehow.
Anyways, we already know Nynaeve's a little bit selfish with her Terangriel.
Yes.
They're hers and nobody else's.
Well, sure.
She does a thing with the belt, that I'll point out later. Mm-hmm. Cadsuane makes a comment about hey, anybody can use this one, but clearly
not
Nynaeve.
Rand, though.
Well,
that's the thing.
Well, that's Sidar. That's different. But we don't know that the actual invincibility little bracelet requires...
I think that we can safely assume that.
Oh, you're assuming too many things
I really
here.
don't think that we can just flip-flop terangrials around to each other.
Why can't we know some terangrial you don't even need to be able to channel use, such as the dream terangrial. Like, that's a thing. We know. We know there's things like that. Okay. That's not the important part.
I'm going to stop presuming to know anything.
Anyways, it doesn't matter because Nynaeve's not going and she's not giving up her bracelet.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go.
Let's
go.
Let's do the plan. Okay. We've thought it through enough, guys. Let's just do this.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't supposed to be springing any trap.
Yeah.
But,
no, Rand fully understands the trap, so it's go time.
Okay. Fully understands it.
Yep.
So Nynaeve wraps Rand up in air, lifts him up to the roof, and then does the same for Lan. And then the two of them wait until Nynaeve is out of sight, which is like, I thought she was staying and waiting here.
No, she's going to go wait at the alley where they're supposed to, like, come down.
Oh, right, because they're supposed to go roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not great. It's not a well thought out plan.
Lan and Rand sneak into the attic of the building through a trapdoor.
Yep.
And then they move as quietly as they can. They search around and find another trapdoor leading to the top floor of the building.
Yeah.
And then Rand draws his sword and nods to Lan.
And the best way to do things is leap through whip it open and leap through. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. He lands on the balls of his feet and he's not sure what he's expecting to find. But the last thing he expected to find was two dead men sprawled on the floor as if they'd been dragged in here and thrown down.
Yep.
And their faces and bodies are all black and swollen and unrecognizable. However, one of them has the clip in the hair.
Yeah, so at first glance, it looks like, okay, this is Gedwyn and Torval.
Yeah.
And it is, from what it seems.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
I know.
But here's the thing.
Coming into this recording tonight, I was fully prepared to believe that it wasn't them.
Okay.
And then...
Yeah, they're definitely probably dead.
Yeah, I know. I get it
Fain
now.
has superpowers.
Yeah, what?
I'll give you some context for it because we've seen some indications. We don't not know anything. We know some things.
Okay.
Anyways, don't worry because it's a trap, but Rand knows it's a trap, so it's not a trap.
But he wasn't expecting this trap.
So that's why you leap through doors.
Sure. Well, let's go through another one.
Let's do it because the first one.
Well, Rand whispers, Fain is here. It was him who sent the letter.
Okay, was it Fain? It had to have been, right? Who sent the letter? Who else would write out that weird, manic piece of garbage letter? All over the map here. What's the message?
Unless, here's what happened. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It was a trap set by Gedwyn and Torval.
Okay.
To get Rand here so that they could kill him.
Okay. I like that.
And Fain found out.
And he's like, that's mine. He's mine.
He's mine.
Yeah.
So he kills them and waits for Rand.
Love it.
Nah.
No, that's good.
Think?
That's good. I think
don't
that works.
Think so.
I think that Pat and Fain already killed one of them, Kisman, because Kisman tried to kill Rand, and he's like, he's mine.
Yeah.
And if Gedwyn and Torval are trying to do that now, it's like, he's mine.
Yeah. I think that Pat and Fain doesn't actually need any of these plans.
Well, you know.
Rand has just been wandering around the whole city. The same that Kisman did.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he actually wanted to kill Rand...
Rand's got really good Ta'veren powers, though.
I know. I know that.
Yeah.
But, Fain...
That's fair. No, I like it. I like the letter being written by Gedwyn Torval. I like it being written by Fain.
Do we ever find out? Or is that one of those...
I'm not going to tell you that.
It just feels like one of those things that never actually matters very much.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. The fact is, Fain is here, and Rand and Lan are here, and there's another person who's here. Anyways, let's leap through another door.
Oh, no, first we gotta acknowledge our throbbing, pulsing pain that is our side.
Oh, yeah, actually, there's a few things we gotta talk about first here. Because Lan, when he hears Rand say Fain, he's like, should we leave?
Yeah, he nods to the door.
He's like, let's just go.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rand's like, no. Because now that Torval and Gedwyn and Kisman are all dead, and he links the Kisman bloated body...
He does, that makes sense
or the other
now.
bloated body to Kisman, who's dead, and
that
whatever.
He heard about, it's the plague thing, yeah.
Yeah, he links it to Fain.
Yeah.
And now he thinks Fain is within his reach, and he really wants to kill Fain.
Yeah.
And the two things he lists about why he wants to kill Fain...
Yeah, that's a callback, though.
I know, but I want to be like... What about literally everything else?
Okay.
There are so many other things.
But you're also forgetting, if Rand kills Fain, that means he can collect the 100,000 gold crown bounty that's on Fain's head, put there by Rand.
Oh.
So then Rand will be uber rich because
with his own money
because he just won his own bounty.
I forgot that happened.
I know you would. So in Crown of Swords, chapter 35, when Caroline, Damager, and Rand are talking in the tent, and Fain's there, and Toram Riotin is there too, because Fain is like Toram Riotin's like little henchman or whatever. So Caroline asks like, oh, you know, that's a lot of money to put on a bounty because that's like more than a queen's ransom or something. And then Rand says, he ravaged my home because it was my home. He brought Trollocs to kill my friends because they're my friends. He's a dark friend and a dead man. So Rand doesn't really like Padden Fain.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
So Rand jumps through the door.
Let's do it. Whip the door open again, Lan. Let's go.
Yeah. So it all happens at once because as soon as he's through the door, Rand barely keeps himself from getting killed.
Yeah.
He feels his Fain wound is trying to rip his body open.
Throbbing.
And he can, like, barely hold it together.
Yeah, he's, like, down on a knee and stuff. Like, it's not good.
He hears Fain yell, I told you, he's mine. And then Lan rushes into the room, and then Fain yells, kill the ugly one.
Which is really rude.
And it's like, Fain, look who's talking.
Yeah.
You.
Lan has hard features. You know, some people don't think he's that pretty.
No.
Some people do.
Some people do.
Some people do.
And everyone arguably thinks Fain is ugly.
Well, you know, just because he's dirty and doesn't bathe.
And has huge ears.
That's true.
And a beak of a nose. And
all that stuff.
He's all, like, skinny and deformed and...
Yeah.
Remember?
Now you're just exaggerating. He's not that bad.
I don't know. Well, if he's calling Lan ugly, I'm going to insult him.
I'll accept all the evilness, but don't be rude to Lan.
Right. Okay. So, and Lan, I don't think Lan cares. Lan is the only one in this situation who doesn't care that he's being called ugly. We care more.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a factor.
Yeah. So, finally, Rand realizes someone else in the room, and he's shocked to see Toram Riotin.
Yeah, because he's the guy
who, like... wondering where that guy is.
Yeah. He helped carry Rand a little bit or whatever. He was, like, in that crew when they were leaving the fog, and then he ran off into the mist.
Yeah.
And I guess became buddies with Padden Fain.
Yeah. So, Lan faces off against Riotin while Rand tries to fend off Fain, but the pain inside is really bad.
Yep.
And Luce Theron is just going bonkers.
Oh, yeah. Well, he also can't channel right now. This is terrible.
Yeah. And so, finally, Fain just, like, darts away towards the back of the building, and the pain in Rand's side goes down a bit as Fain runs away.
So it's like maybe a proximity thing that's going on here, where as Rand gets closer to Fain and maybe the dagger.
Yes, I think it's the dagger.
Which would make sense. It's like the evil, and that's where the cut is and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
Also, do you remember, just side note, do you remember who Toram's sister is?
Yes.
The Lady Aelil. Yeah, Shallan's.
Oh, that's not who I was going to say.
Okay.
Who's the one with Morgaze, who's from Kyrian? The one who's with the bodyguard with Gil?
Okay, so that's Brienne. Yeah, she's I think the best lover Tom ever. Everyone needs a night with her or something.
Brienne.
And that's Dobrain's
But she's related
relative.
to somebody.
Yeah, Dobrain.
Taberwin.
Yeah, Taberwin. So...
Not this.
No, so...
This is different. Who's Dobrain? Dobrain's from Kyrian?
Dobrain's like the guy in charge of Kyrian right now while Rand is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, okay.
So the Lady Aelil is one of the A-ladies who was like maybe going to murder him during the Shanshin attack and he was like off his horse.
Right.
But she's the one who had the love affair.
With Shallan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Seafolk lady. So there you go.
Yeah, okay.
So Toram is the brother of the Lady Aelil.
Okay. Sure.
Anyways.
Let's chase after Fain.
Might as well. Sounds like a good plan.
Now, Fain starts whining, as if to himself, I want him to know who's killing him, but if he's dead, then he'll stop haunting my dreams.
Yeah. Sounds like he's talking about Rand. Like he wants to kill Rand. Yeah, but he wants Rand to also know who's killing him.
Yeah. Is that why he does this magic thing?
Possibly.
Because he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Fain has powers.
Okay, so Fain smiles and raises a hand, and then suddenly Torval and Gedwin come up the stairs, and Gedwin says, I say we aren't going near him until I know where the others are. The Mahale will kill us if... ... Yeah. Now, okay, This was so confusing.
For sure.
To me.
Yeah. Understandably so. So here's the thing. Fain now has the ability to project an image of dead people. We've seen him do something similar to this before. So if you remember...
I don't.
In The Great Hunt, we saw a precursor to this with the flies and the blink, blink, blink scenario, where the flies were all dead, but Rand almost kind of got trapped in an illusion of the dead flies coming back to life and a replay of the situation. Like, there may be some similarities there. Mm-hmm. And then in Lord of Chaos, we got a Fain perspective where he's talking about how he's, like, evolved some of his new tricks, and he doesn't even fully understand how they work, but he can, like, do things. So projecting images of the dead is one of the things that Fain can do. So Gedwin and Torval, these are projections of the dead people. So Rand slashes Fain in the face, and then the illusions of the dead men vanish when he, like, hits Fain.
Okay.
So then Fain, like, leaps back, and he shrieks, and he's like, ah, and he runs away.
Yeah.
It's
with blood pouring from his face. And I was like, if you're leaping at like, Fain, at least get him.
Yeah.
Do more than just slash his face.
Yeah. Like, he's a twisty little guy. Like, he
really get him, you know?
He ducks and dodges and dives and ducks really well.
Yeah, I don't think that's this, but that's okay. Anyway, so just to clear things up.
Yeah.
Torval and Gedwin dead.
Yeah, from what it seems like.
Fain weird powers.
Yeah.
Interesting, though, the sentences that he was choosing to use to have them say really highlighted, if Rand was paying any attention, that the Mahale is instructing the Ashaman, which is accurate.
It is, if it's to be believed.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things there.
Well, when we had the Kisman perspective, he specifically said the Mahale give him an order to kill Rand.
Yeah.
So... yeah. Rand should probably take note of this.
Hopefully.
At some point.
Hopefully he's paying attention.
Okay.
Anyways. Hopefully that clears it up. Yeah.
It does.
Those bodies definitely seem to be actually Gedwin and Torval.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so there we go.
You know what? I'm fine. I'm
fine with
that.
We got the 4 dead.
I like that death.
Deshiva's AWOL, so, like, that's fine.
Right. Okay. So Rand goes to follow Fain, and Lan catches his arm and is like, no.
Yeah.
No.
We're not chasing after him again.
Right.
And this is also where, like, we see Lan sheathing his sword, so it's the indication that...
But he clearly has taken a wound.
Yes.
Which I think matters...
Okay.
On the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think that Lan is a guy who just, like, loses his balance.
Probably true.
Or just, like, slips on, you know?
We also know Toram Raitan is, like, a blade master, too.
Yeah.
And he's really good. Not as good as Lan, and it's pretty clear that Toram Raitan is dead.
Yeah, I'll believe that one. Yes.
Yeah, he's dead. Good job, Lan. You did it. Hooray.
Hooray. That means Fain is down a sidekick.
That is good. Like, that's a good thing. And Toram Raitan was a jerk. He's the guy who tried to, like, kill Rand in the forest.
Yep.
He's not a very nice guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So basically, we gotta go.
Yeah, because, this is also when they can hear that the streets are filling up with guards. They hear a whole, like, a stampede, basically, outside.
Right.
So that's why Lan's like, no, we gotta go back to the roof because street guards, and we don't want to get caught here.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, maybe we can signal Nynaeve to make a distraction or something.
Yeah, so they legit have a chance of getting away here because they can just hop over rooftops for a little bit. Mm-hmm. So there is a chance.
The problem is it's raining.
Yeah, that's one of the problems.
It's slippery.
And they're running on the roof, and it's tiles and whatever, so there's some issues.
You know what I was thinking? That Nynaeve should have just kind of stayed put.
Sure.
And, like, we've already channeled. So that's out of the,
Yeah.
That's out of the bag. Can't we just make some sort of air pillow?
Ooh, I like it.
For them to kind of jump.
Yeah, inflatable air pillow.
Like, we don't actually have to, like, lift them down.
Catch them. I just have to catch them.
We just have to catch them with air.
Sure.
Right? Like, if that's probably less...
Maybe.
For both of them. Because then they don't have to, like, go. They just jump down and we run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would have been better. That's what I was hoping for.
Find a ladder. Find a slide.
Okay, so we get up on the roof, and Lan's boot slips on the roof tiles. Rand twists to grab his wrist, and it's a whole thing. So Rand has Lan by the wrist.
Yeah.
But his weight pulls him down the tiles too.
Yeah, so they're both like sliding.
Down the roof.
Yeah, and it's not going to go very well.
No.
And they're trying to like catch stuff as they're sliding, but they're also holding hands basically.
Yeah.
And then Lan goes over the side, and then Rand catches something, and there's a moment.
Lan is like, just let go, just let go.
Here's the thing. Lan is such a badass because there's a 10 pace drop, so that's like 30 feet-ish. Like, that's a pretty far drop. And Lan is a friggin' hero, and he's like, let me go, man. Like, I'm gonna fall and maybe injure myself / die, but let me go.
Yeah. And Rand says, when the sun turns green...
It's the best romantic relationship that I want in the entire series. I love it so much.
It's cute.
Rand and Lan are
No, it's father-son. It's always been. It's
mentor-mentee, but it's evolving.
There's a love there for sure. Yeah.
Bromance.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Okay. So Rand does not let go, but whatever he's holding on to breaks, and they both fall.
Yeah, here we go.
And that's the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I don't want to go back to Abu Dar. I don't care. I want to know this. Like
Yeah. Well, and we get a sort of conclusion to it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Let's take a quick break. I gotta calm down a little bit.
Yeah, that was exciting.
So, yeah.
Thrilling chapter.
Oh, so many things. So many falls and twists and turns and
like the plan that they didn't plan out very well at all went super mediocre, but we do have 2 more dead Ashaman and a dead Toram Riotin.
That's true. Except
and nobody
at this point,
I
was like, is Lan dead? I thought at this point maybe Lan's dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're sure that, I mean, there's
no
mention
another chapter.
of Lan.
There is.
Okay.
There is.
Okay. Yeah. Not his current status on, like, how good he's doing, but...
There's a mention of him.
There's a mention, but, you know, okay.
There's a mention. I think he's alive.
We'll get there. Okay.
We'll get there. After the break.
Okay.
All right, so we're back. Chapter 34, The Hummingbird Secret.
Yeah.
And the chapter symbol's the Flame of Tarbellin.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
That pushed it.
Rescue.
That's the third instance.
Yeah, there you go.
Of the flame.
There you go.
I suppose.
Nailed it.
I don't know what the next chapter title or symbol is actually, but...
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Enter in a Nynaeve perspective. Nynaeve is trying to be super casual, buying more crap.
Yeah. Yep. Pieces of flair for her outfit.
Yeah. She's basically like trying to find an excuse not to loiter here. She's down the alleyway where they're supposed to be coming out when everything goes to wonderful plan.
Yeah, that's probably what I... Like, it's hard to kind of figure out exactly what the plan is. I don't
know. The fact that there was no... If something goes wrong, here's what we're going to do.
It's not a very well thought out plan.
No.
By anybody.
So here's the thing. We've been ragging on Perrin for his lack of planning.
Sure.
And I was pretty impressed with Matt's ability to plan.
Yeah.
And then think on the fly. And like, that was great. I would say that Matt and Perrin both are far better planners.
Sure.
Than Rand is.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to just set the bar real low then, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Because like this...
Yeah.
I like to rag on the boys. They deserve it sometimes.
I know.
They need it. Someone needs to keep them in check. That's what I'm here for.
Elaine also is doing better at planning.
Sometimes.
She did that whole Borderlander
sometimes.
thing. That was the last time we saw her,
sometimes.
Right? That's what she was doing last?
Yeah, sometimes.
That was fine. That was fine that she did that.
Sure. Yeah, no, totally. Okay. Elaine's great. She's got great
My
ideas.
favorite is when the girls all set up an ambush of Rand. That's the best plan. That always goes right to plan.
Let's get to Cadsuane coming to save the day here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So suddenly there's a bunch of commotion. The guards from the Watchstand are all trampling everybody.
Like from that direction. So the thing is, there's like one group of street guards at the Watchstand, but then there's like literally over 100 who just end up coming storming down the street.
Yeah.
And it's chaos.
Yeah, and Nynaeve's all annoyed. She's like, so inconsiderate.
It's like, you don't think this has anything to do with you?
And then she's like,
no.
We
might be involved in this. Oh, no.
Yeah. But it takes them going to stop in front of the bootmaker's shop for her to be like, oh, no, Lan. Oh, no, Rand.
I mean, Rand first, but I mean,
and
no.
And also Lan.
Lan first.
Lan first.
You know.
Both of them. And so she looks around at the 100 or so street guards and is like, okay, well, the belt well is like half full, so that might be enough to...
It's like, what are you going to do?
To what at this point? What are you going to do?
Light them all on fire.
No,
like, what's the plan
here? You can't do it. But then suddenly, Nynaeve is getting dragged off down the street in the other direction by Cadsuane, Olivia, and Min.
Yeah, it's great.
They're all there.
Because Min and Olivia went to get Cadsuane to come save the day.
Yeah. Now, Min says, I think he fell. He's unconscious.
Yep. So there we go.
He's hurt, but I don't know how badly.
Yeah.
And this is trouble.
Yeah, it's not a great start. He's not dead, which is, I mean, a positive.
Yeah. And the fact that Nynaeve isn't actually Lan's warder means that we don't have tabs on Lan at all.
We don't know what his situation is.
Right.
But if Rand is that bad, then Lan is probably...
Also bad.
Probably both bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
So Cadsuane says all they need is to get far away from here because any Aes Sedai found near here this afternoon is going to have a lot of questions to answer.
Because the whole Sidar was used, guys. Come on.
You idiot.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. The thing that we told you about.
I told you. And then he was like, well, I didn't know.
I thought it was just a little bit, and I didn't do very much. I didn't think it was going to be a problem.
I didn't think Sidar would matter.
It's like, why would that not matter?
And it was just for so short, just so quick.
Real fast,
How could they even know?
Yeah.
Slipped right under the radar.
It's like, okay.
No, you were on the radar, and the big freaking triangle
and
arrows pointed to you.
But it's freaking out because the call came from inside the house. It's literally one of those situations.
You channeled where no one can channel, you moron.
It's like that is the exact situation
I feel like
you just put us in.
Though, maybe at some point should have been like, yes, you have this well.
Don't.
While you're in Farmatting, let me share with you some information about Farmatting.
Sure.
Because Nynaeve is ambitious and a little bit overzealous at times.
That's a good way to put it.
Impulsive sometimes. And Cadsuane thinks of herself as somebody who's like none of those things.
Yeah. Well, and Cadsuane also never explains the entirety of anything to anyone ever.
Yeah, but the fact that you're explaining what this Ter'angreal is and does, you're not thinking that she's about to go into Farmatting to channel?
And go do something. Oh, she's for sure going to do it, yeah. If you've known Nynaeve for half a minute ever, she's going to do the thing she's not supposed to.
Well, and especially because I don't even think she really had all the information.
No, she doesn't. She didn't, probably. I would agree with that. Anyways, it doesn't matter because the fact is she used it, and that's why all the guards stormed this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a good system that they have in Farmatting.
Oh, yeah.
If we think about it, it's a good system.
Well, yeah, apparently there's a need for it because stuff happened before around here.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Right?
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So Nynaeve tries to pull herself free, and she's like, we have to go back to help them. And at this point, I actually agreed.
Okay.
I was very upset that they were going in the opposite direction. I really didn't like that. I thought that was very scary. And especially with this being pretty much the end of the book, I didn't know where we were going to land here.
Sure.
And how long this would, like, kind of drag out for.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a problem.
Yeah.
I thought maybe we'd head that way, like, around the back and do something.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it's kind of unfortunate that we're in Nynaeve's perspective because Min has a literal GPS tracker beacon in her head. So maybe she can sense that he's unconscious and moving. So it's obvious that he's already, like, been picked up and caught.
Yeah, maybe.
So they literally just need to get away from here.
Yeah.
And Cadsuane has a plan already forming here.
Right.
So
that's true. Because she assumes that the councils are just going to get him right away.
And
she knows exactly what the cells are like when someone's captured.
Yes. Yeah, we get a lot of that backstory here from Brand's fantastic perspective.
That's true. Okay, so they got to get away from here. So Cadsuane and Olivia keep dragging Nynaeve along, and Nynaeve tries to get Min on her side, but Min's super pissed off because she didn't want any part of this plan to happen in the first place. And then Cadsuane does some more muttering about how annoyed she is and how much of a headache all of this is.
Oh yeah, she hates it, and she's going to have to use a lot of her leverage that she doesn't want to use to get Rand out of trouble.
I know.
So,
yeah, really.
I mean, that's part of the next sentence is Nynaeve's like, what are you going to do to get Rand and Lan free? And Cadsuane says, I'm going to do more than I want to do if I can do anything at all, because she does have a plan forming, obviously.
Much more than I want to if I can do anything at all.
Yeah.
I made the boy promises, and I keep my promises, and I hope he remembers that.
Yeah, because...
So we do get a bit of a note,
yeah.
I think, in the next perspective, that Varen had told Cadsuane that Rand wants to come and talk to her.
Yes, she does know that, but also Cadsuane already told Rand, like, anything I do to you or for you is going to be for your best interest, not for mine,
tower.
not the tower, not anybody else. Like, she does seem to be on Rand's side.
Yeah.
She does seem to be in the good guy category.
I know, which feels weird,
We don't have to like everything she does, but she's definitively, like, looking out for his best interest.
Like, okay, do I like Cadsuane?
You don't have to like her, but you have to accept that she's on the side of the light.
I think I might like Cadsuane.
Okay. You know what?
Feels wrong.
Feels weird to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Especially after this chapter. So let's get to the end. Like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because we're going to perspective change here. We're going to jump over to Rand.
Yeah, who's having a great time.
Who's alive.
He's not dead.
And has nothing broken. He can just get up and walk around. Like, he's sore.
Yeah.
And he fell, 30 feet. But, like...
He's also a warder, and he's a Ta'veren and the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, I know. I get all that.
So,
but, like...
fate's on his side.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
But, still. So he wakes up in total darkness. He's in a lot of pain, and he doesn't think anything's broken, but unfortunately, he can tell that his gloves are off.
Yep.
And that means they know who he is.
Uh-oh.
So Rand stands up slowly. He starts feeling his way around the cell, and he doesn't have to go very far to find the wall.
Yeah.
And Lews Therin starts to, capital P, panic.
Oh, yeah, he's, like, panting. It's bad. It's really bad.
Rand feels his way from corner to corner to corner, and then he raises his hand. The ceiling's, like, only a foot above his head.
It's like, oh, my God.
And Lews Therin is like,
oh, no.
It's the box again!
Oh, no, they got us!
We have to get out!
Which is really, it's really not funny, because there's a lot of, like, crazy PTSD going on.
So bad.
It's really bad, but it's also really funny, because at one point, after Rand had been in the box, like the capital B, the box, with Lord of Chaos, you said, there's no way he's ever going to be in a box again.
I said that?
Yeah, you did. At some point, I don't even remember when you said it or what the context was, but you said it.
That
and I was
sounds like a ridiculous thing that you coerced out of me.
Technically.
I feel like you make me say things that are stupid.
How dare you?
Yeah.
First of all, how dare you?
This has to be your fault.
But second of all, it's like, okay, it's not technically a box, but it's really close, and LTT can't tell the difference right now.
Oh, and Rand can't either.
No.
Because Rand didn't even like being in the Seafo ship cabin.
No.
Right? Like, that was too claustrophobic for him.
He has issues. And I guess we're going to have to figure out what the ramifications of being in box number 2 are. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like it's going to go well, because Min has a little insight into that for us.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Anyways.
So Lews Therin is currently screaming. And Rand is trying to ignore it.
Yeah.
So he sits himself down, cross-legged in the corner, and does the most sane that any sane person could even possibly do.
He's like, okay. Well, he does it. Okay. Imagine yourself not in a box. That's, I mean, good.
He tries to distract himself mentally, not by thinking of, like, open fields and mountainsides.
It's sad, though, because, like, he literally
distracts himself.
He's trembling. He is like, uncontrollable shaking. Like, it's a really sad scene to see Rand go through this.
Yeah.
But then, he does the, okay.
He's spiraling.
Uh-huh. Real fast.
But he is going to start listing off the names of women that have died because of him. Mm-hmm. Starting with Moiraine.
Yep.
Moiraine Damodred.
Yeah.
Which was like, ooh.
Top of the list.
Top of the list.
Huh.
I don't know if that's new.
He's
or
also
just
shouting.
Has been.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've heard of his list. But I don't know. So Moraine's on there. And I was like, ooh, Moiraine.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, there's issues with that, too. Because you think that if Lanfear's back that in a new body, that means that she died.
Yeah, but I told you, Lanfear dying is separate from Moiraine dying.
Sure.
For me.
Where is she, guys? Because, like, Book 9, you said she's coming back in Book 9. We got one chapter left. It doesn't look good. Anyways, Rand's also shouting, I will not surrender. I will be as hard as I need to be. Which is important because Min's like, oh no, he's getting much worse very quickly. What are they doing to him?
Right.
But he's just in this cell.
He's just by himself. And now it's a little interesting because I think in the writing here, Rand is trying to distract himself from where he is physically by making himself hurt, like, emotionally.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And there's a line here that I had to write down because it is so angsty that it should be, like, in some song.
Okay.
It says he started forging his soul in the fires of pain.
Nice. That is, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, and then we're going to switch perspective.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, back to Cadsuane.
There we go. It's rescue time.
Here we are.
Heroic rescue time. Right.
So, she thinks about how the preparation for this mission has taken longer than she hoped. Because now it's like nighttime.
It is,
right?
Yep. Which is bad because Rand's been in this cell for a while.
Well, like, today.
It was the afternoon. It's like hours.
Yeah.
Minutes, it would be bad. Minutes would be bad for Rand.
No, I would say days would be bad.
Okay.
This is okay.
We didn't actually talk about Rand. While he was going through his spiraling, he was like, oh my goodness, how long is it going to take for a message to get sent to Elida,
yes.
and then they're going to send sisters to come and get me? I'm going to be here for months.
Yes.
And that is also what starts his spiraling, is him just, oh no, I'm here forever.
Yeah, and there's no real way to escape because it's not like, oh, some stupid Aes Sedai are holding me and there's hope of escape.
He can't channel, he's not being shielded, it's just like he physically can't. He's done.
He's just in a literal cell.
Sucks, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cadsuane thinks about how this took a long time, mostly because she had to convince most of the people that are coming along with her that this is not some grand rescue mission.
Yeah.
And that everyone just needs to stick to the plan.
Yeah, we're not breaking him out of jail.
Yeah. We are going to let them hand him to us.
Yeah, we're going to negotiate. We're going to twist and negotiate and pull some strings here.
So Cadsuane, her 4 Aes Sedai,
because
plus Nynaeve, who's not an Aes Sedai.
She hasn't taken the oath, so she's not an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, and the 3 Ashaman who are marching down the halls.
Yes, Seafolk not here.
No. Did the Seafolk come? Oh, the Seafolk came.
Seafolk not here.
No, the Seafolk came to Farmati. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, okay.
I forgot the Seafolk came too.
They were the ones with the Guardian thing.
Yeah, I remember.
They're not here currently because that would make it worse.
No, that was Shallan's perspective.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So anyway, this whole real ragtag crew is marching down the hall, and Cadsuane is hoping that no one goes running to inform the First Council.
Yeah.
That they're coming to break in on the closed council session.
Yeah, because she knows that there's currently a meeting going on about this situation, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Very likely, and they're just going to storm in here.
Okay, so Nynaeve's muttering that this is never going to work, and they should go in guns a-blazing, pew-pew!
Bang, bang, throw punches and stuff.
And Min is concerned that she can feel Rand changing, because if he was stone before, he's iron now.
Yeah. He's declining very quickly in this cell.
Yeah, and Cadsuane intentionally did not tell Min what the cells in Farmatting are like, because that would probably break Min as well.
Yeah.
Since Min had shared with her what the Tower Aes Sedai did to him when they kidnapped him.
Yeah.
So she knows all about the box situation.
And she knows, and Cadsuane knows, and actually Cadsuane really didn't like what the Aes Sedai did to him, because that's going to make her job harder.
Right.
So,
right.
You know.
So Cadsuane tries to give her little group some last minute discipline and tells everyone to shut the hell up and stop whining.
It's good discipline. There we go.
She does also think about how Nynaeve has some good potential, but she's severely lacking in the training department.
Yeah, she's not like being a good Aes Sedai in the Aes Sedai-ness factor.
Yes. Like, you want to call yourself Aes Sedai? Like, act like one.
Which I agree with in a sense.
Medium.
I agree with in a little bit of a sense that, like, Nynaeve and even Olenna and Egwene, like, promoted quite quickly, they could use with some more training.
They could use with some more just experience.
Yeah, guidance, if the Aes Sedai were better at guiding.
Yeah, I don't think that there needs to be this sort of strict, all Aes Sedai have to be fully composed all the time, and like this whole thing is kind of
They got weird regulations and restrictions. but there's something to be said for, experience too.
Yeah.
There is.
And being, like, less impulsive
Yeah.
and more mature about situations and less emotional.
You wouldn't be in this situation if you had thought out your plan at all. Mm-hmm. Little of Cadsuane's backstory, I don't know if you picked it up. She thinks about herself being a little bit similar to Nynaeve, and she thinks she herself, full of pride in her new shawl and her own strength, had been taught by a near toothless wilder at a farm in the heart of the Black Hills. So Cadsuane had a little bit of a lesson given to her when she was a new Aes Sedai.
Okay.
Yeah, little backstory.
Okay, interesting. Now, Cadsuane and the crew show up outside the council's chambers, and the guard people there just kind of, like, stare in confusion.
They're like administrators, and I mean, like guards.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, and so they just march past and go in, and then everyone gasps.
What are you doing here? Get out.
Yeah. So inside, there are the 13 councilwomen in their big chairs, and Elise, the head council lady,
the first council,
council, is at the head of the group, and Elise says, "This session is closed, Aes Sedai. You may speak to us later." And Cadsuane just cuts her off and says, "You know who you have in your cells."
Yeah, and they do. And she's calling the bluff.
And Elise tries to, like, bluff her way through it, but Cadsuane knows exactly what's up. And Elise tries to say, oh, there's lots of people, some drunks, some various foreigners who have broken the rules, and some guy from the borderlands taken just today who killed 3 men.
Yeah, so that is definitely probably Lan.
Definitely.
That would make sense.
100%. Because
and the 3 bodies.
Nynaeve takes a breath at the mention of that.
Yes. Yeah, and the 3 bodies would be Gedwyn, Torval, and Toram.
That's right.
That would make sense. So it's kind of funny, too. We didn't talk about it, but when Fain was escaping, Rand had a side thought of, maybe the street guards will capture Fain, and he'll hang for his crimes.
No.
Sounds like Fain got away? Are we thinking
for
Fain's?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
He's not in, like, a little rucksack on someone's back?
That would be too convenient. Okay. No way. No, things don't just happen.
So he's still out there. We need to worry about Fain still.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So Cadsuane keeps pushing and says, so you're going to try to hide the fact that you got the Dragon Reborn?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. She calls him out real fast.
Yeah, she doesn't have time for this. I think mostly she's worried that someone behind her is about to, like, yell something out and ruin everything.
True.
So she's just jumping right to it.
That's fair.
Yeah, she goes, I can take him off your hands. I faced more than 20 men who can channel over the years. Like, I have the experience.
Yeah, she's the one.
But Elise tells her they'd rather deal with Tarvalin first, because that's the decree.
Yeah, like the real, quote, real Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
And Elida.
And Cadsuane knows she just wants to negotiate a price for Rand with the tower.
Ransom Rand off to the tower.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so Cadsuane cuts Elise off again and says, hey, you know these guys? They're Ashaman. They can channel. They're men who can channel.
This is like part of the plan.
Yeah, and they step forward looking all scary and stuff. And then the council seem a little unnerved, but also any channeling, like, in most places, Ashaman would cause a stir.
Yes.
But I think here, the men who can channel maybe cause less, because all channeling causes, you know what I mean?
So I'm going to argue with you on it's going to be more of an issue, because Varen planted the seeds for this when she came in, because there were the 2 false dragons who conquered Farmading in the past, and that was the groundwork that Cadsuane's talking about. So Farmading has a very not happy history with male channelers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that would probably be like the off foot that Cadsuane is playing here.
And then when she does some channeling, then they're like, oh, can the men channel too? Like,
exactly. And Nynaeve is pretending to be an Ashaman with that. With the crown. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a fake out.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, let's get there.
We'll get there.
So Elise is still holding her ground and says, we're not afraid of Ashaman, Cadsuane.
And that she dropped the Sedai. Ooh. Rude.
But I'm surprised to see you with them, considering the offer you just made.
Yeah, to, like, bring the Dragon Reborn away and, like, captured.
Yeah. So Cadsuane thinks to herself, so it's just Cadsuane now.
Again, rude.
Okay. But she does regret having to do this.
Yep.
Having to break Alice, as she thinks, or Elise, what's her name? I don't know. And she thinks, she might never recover from this.
And it's actually true, because I do want to talk about this afterwards, but Farmading and the councils, they're in a bit of a pickle based on this, like, little performance.
And not even a delicious one.
No, not good. Not like a tasty meat pie delicious
It's a
situation.
bad pickle.
It's a bad, yeah.
It's one of those gross sweet pickles.
I love the sweet pickles.
I know you did.
It's a pickle that's been half sitting out of the pickle brine, so the top
like
half
soggy.
is like a little bit soft.
That's
the worst part of the
bad
pickle.
So
it's like the top pickle is the worst.
This is the kind of pickle that they're in.
Yeah, top half soggy, soft.
It's just
top pickle.
a mess. It's just yuck.
Okay.
Or like that one time I dropped a jar of pickles and it shattered in the parking lot of the grocery store.
Pickles everywhere.
That was a pickle. That was a pickle mess. Yeah. Like that.
I don't think birds eat pickles. So
I have no idea. There wasn't much I could do in that situation. I don't think birds eat pickles.
Well, because like if you dropped a loaf of bread or something, the birds will eat it at some point,
right?
right?
But it's like just pick that up. Okay, that's fine. Anyway.
Back to Cadsuane having to break.
Oh yeah, this is
Elise.
Bad.
There's a plan going on here.
So she enacts the plan. Here we go. Start of the plan. Actually, we're middle.
This is
we're
like
middle.
the last part of the plan here is happening.
Okay. Did you forget what else happened today? Someone channeled in the city.
In the city. Yeah.
And Elise tries to be like, "Oh no, that was just some weird error.
Yeah.
Just a mistake."
Yeah.
And then Cadsuane says, "Even what we think is perfect can have flaws."
Yes. So it's all very subtle. Mm-hmm. So she does the first part.
Yeah.
Where
she draws from her well, which is a little hummingbird dangly.
That is the hummingbird's secret. She has her own tiny little well.
Tiny well, yes.
Very small compared to Nynaeve's big belt.
That's right. It is a hummingbird. It's small.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when she does that, she says, flaws can pass unnoticed for centuries before they're found, but once they're found, it seems anyone who looks can find them. And then she floats the little coronet off of Elise's head. Yeah. And puts it on the ground. And this is the fake out.
Yeah. And then this is where the council's just like freeze in shock at this.
It's very clear that channeling is happening.
Channeling's happening. And then Flynn says, not so much a flaw, more like a barn door to me.
Yeah. So the implication is that Flynn is doing the second part of this. Because
Nynaeve draws from Saidar, from her belt.
Yep.
And she makes the crown hurtle towards Elise's head, but then settle on it nicely instead of crashing into her face.
Yeah. So the big, plan that's happening here is kind of like a trick to make it seem like both Saidar and Saidin can be used in formatting now that this, big flaw has been revealed.
Okay.
So, from the first council's point of view, let's say hypothetically...
Do they want to hold Rand until they can negotiate with the tower?
Well, and I mean, here's the thing. Hypothetically, if Saidar can be used in formatting, the Guardian, let's say it doesn't actually work now that this flaw is exposed, the Aes Sedai still aren't going to, come and conquer formatting. They're not going to, wage war against formatting. But the Ashaman would do that, and they would especially do that in the council's eyes to free the Dragon Reborn.
If the council was a little more on their footing here in this, aren't they just a walk away from looking at the Guardian?
Sure.
Chances are it's moved to show that Saidar has been channeled.
Yeah, but are you going to fact check Cadsuane on the spot here? Probably not.
Well,
not in this situation.
They can look though and see that it wasn't Saidar.
But it disappears after a little. It resets itself.
Yeah, but somebody's watching it.
Sure. But we can get Rand out before that happens.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But if... Yeah.
There might be some holes in the long-term plan, but right now, there might be some huge ramifications where the councils now think oh no, formatting isn't actually as protected as we thought it was.
Yeah, which is true. Which is true. At least, even if it's not Saidin...
Yeah.
We still have Aes Sedai in the city who can channel.
Yeah, but we need a Saidin belt.
We need a Saidin belt, which probably exists.
Yeah, well, probably.
Let's ask Elaine to study this one and then make one.
Oh, there you go. Just invent stuff for me, Elaine. What are you doing?
Well, she probably can.
Probably.
100%. That's her talent, isn't it? That's literally the most interesting thing about her.
That's the one thing that she does. Doesn't matter, like, if she's queen or Aes Sedai or...
Yeah, all those things are, like, fine. But literally her talent, the most interesting thing she can do...
Yeah.
...is study ter'angreal and make new ones.
Fair. No, I'll agree with you.
This feels like a cool thing.
It's pretty cool. But, like, situationally, like, how important are wells? Like, besides in-farm matting and, like, debatably, like, a steading, what use is a well gonna be?
Yeah, farm matting, specifically.
So, like, once we leave here, let's just, like, never come back.
Yeah.
That too?
That too.
Okay.
Anyway, hey, was the Eye of the World a well?
That's a good question.
Because wasn't it just like a bunch of sidine in one place?
Yeah.
That you could draw on?
That's a real good question, and definitely maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Or like in a similar sense, yeah.
Yeah, because it was just like a bunch of just not tainted stuff in one.
And they drew it from
and they emptied it.
And they cleansed it.
Yeah.
To bring it in.
But it was already clean, wasn't it, or something?
Well, no, the Eye of the World was created after the taint happened.
Oh, so,
Yeah.
Okay. Asking the tough questions.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
But it was drained.
It was,
yeah.
yes.
So it's like same concept.
Same concept. Yeah, absolutely.
Good thing there was just enough to do all that stuff Bran needed to do.
Save the world from the Trolloc invasion and such.
And also shoot Baalzamon for the first time.
Yeah, that was less important.
Not to Rand! To Rand,
killed the Dark One.
Yeah, I did it.
That was the beginning of Rand's bad plans.
Oh, Rand. Okay. Well, here we go.
Yeah.
Basically, the council is all...
They can channel.
Yeah. And so she finally breaks down and says, will it be sufficient if we release him to you?
Yeah.
And Cadsuane's like, I guess so.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. And then Cadsuane thinks she had promised that boy that whatever she did, she would do it for his own good. And this is what you talked about earlier.
Yeah, and she feels sorry that she did have to do that.
She says, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, she really played a lot of cards here. Because, like, now from going on forward, politics and formatting with the tower are going to be different. Because now it's like, oh, the big secret is that Aes Sedai can channel here. And we know they can't really. It's just like, there's 2 wells that we have on 2 people. So, like, you technically can't channel here still.
No, I know that.
Like, there's not some big... But the first councils don't know that.
Don't know.
But now politics are going to shift because of that, like, supposed flaw. That's not really real, but they think it's real.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if there's, like, some point that we can tell them. You know?
We?
Yeah, me and you.
Write a letter. I don't know. It's like, who here is going to...
Our characters at some point.
Nynaeve, Cadsuane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, once we have Rand.
Sure.
And we're going out of the city.
We can like wave. Ha-ha.
By the way, just, like, leave a note.
Yeah, actually.
Leave a note or something. By the way, it's not actually ruined. Sorry.
Yeah. But do we really like formatting that much?
No. But I feel, but like the people there are relatively innocent.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to disrupt their entire lives.
I mean, when you say the people, it'd be like, you know, what's really happening.
But maybe a bunch of new stuff is going to be enacted.
Yeah.
And it's going to affect everybody who lives here. That's not their fault.
No, I guess.
They're just making delicious meat pies.
That's all they want to do. That's all they want to do.
Hawking their keychains.
Hawking their crap for Nynaeve to, what am I going to do with a bunch of ribbons and braid?
I know. I feel bad.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to go finish the book now.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's okay. So it seems like, and we're hoping that Lan's okay.
Oh, yeah. We need to get him out, too.
I'm like, are we assuming Lan's part of the deal? Lan can just stay there
because we didn't really mention him.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, we'll take this one too. So,
well,
okay. So let's leave formatting. Let's get the F out of here.
GTFO.
Yeah. Okay. And then, do you want to know the title of the last chapter?
Sure.
With the Choden Call.
Do it. We're gonna cleanse things. We're just gonna do it now.
That was the plan. Rand's plan was let's kill the renegade Ashaman.
They're dead.
Let's go cleanse the source.
Except Deshiva's still out and about.
That's true.
I feel like we care less about Deshiva.
Okay.
Than the rest of them.
That's fair. He was the wild card.
He certainly seemed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might already be dead.
From what?
Taim.
Just like off screen.
Kismin thought that. He's like, maybe Taim killed him.
Well, we're gonna believe that guy?
Maybe.
He's just a...
Why would he lie to me? It's his own head.
He wasn't lying. He just doesn't know anything.
I know. Okay. Shall I go finish Winter's Heart?
Yeah, go finish the book.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before you go and enjoy some delicious meat pies, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight. But thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited by Dani, produced by Dani and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Fouts, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Marta Thier, Margaret, Charlie Haz, Hannah Green, Lance Barden, Elspeth Ahola, Jared Berg, and Adam, with music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else, and at the time of this recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Plus, find us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Wheel Weaves Podcast. And as always, be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.